Studio.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Open Studio. I'm your host for this time being. I've taken over for Justin Golak while he does nothing as usual. Welcome to the show. I'm happy you guys can make it to the Open Studio. I want to thank you for tuning in. This is a virtual art space for artists and performers of all kinds, all backgrounds, all disciplines, all skill levels, including the bad ones. Every single part of our studio is community generated. Tonight's introduction was created by Mike Gow. Our performance dimensions were created by Jackie Manny, and I'm your host, Jason Melton, one of the good ones. And if you'd like to be part of our community, check out the links where you can join our Discord, check out the virtual gallery, submit to our show, and then all the donations will go directly to supporting the show and the performers. I'm Jason, I'm your host. Thank you guys for coming. Give a round of applause at home for yourselves, huh? Welcome to the show. Check out, I got Zoom backgrounds. Pretty cool. Ever since COVID, I stopped brushing my teeth. No one can tell. It's pretty good. This is my favorite one. You can see the political divisiveness popping out at me in 3D. Both parties. I can't tell if I'm doing good or not. And we'll just go back here for now. Thanks for coming to the show. Also, besides supporting all the show stuff, you could support all our performers. They'll have like a link underneath their name while they're performing. I'm going to do some stand-up. Well, if I say this, it doesn't make sense because I've already been doing stand-up, right? I'm going to tell you guys that, I don't know, there's crazy shit going on in politics right now. Is that right? Make some noise if you agree. Shake table, makes them go crazy right now if you think it's politically wacky out there. I'm not allowed to have like a real opinion on it because I don't vote. I quit voting. I'll never vote again because the last time I voted, I got burned by the guy I voted for. He didn't do any of the stuff he said he was going to do. In fact, the guy I voted for, he not only didn't do anything I wanted, he went and he orchestrated 9/11. So I was like, I'm never voting again. Let me tell you, never vote for Mohammed Yatta. You can't trust Mohammed Yatta to not orchestrate 9/11. What about Mike Pence? You know, if they destroy Donald Trump's legacy by chopping his head off or whatever, what are we going to do to him? Let's kill that guy, Donald Trump. Isn't it nice? Isn't it nice after all this time we're finally gonna have a white president again? No? Does anybody else think that's nice? Can you get in trouble for that? I'm watching the chat. So hey, what's up, chat? I see you guys upset at me for not voting. But I was just kidding. It's all for the joke about Mohammed Yatta. If I could vote for anybody, it'd be Mike Pence. Just kidding. That guy sucks. You guys, I would never vote for Mike Pence. This guy's an idiot. One of the dumbest people I've ever heard of. You know, when he was governor of Indiana, he used to do electrotherapy on gay people. He would electrocute them to be straight. And that's ridiculous. That's like the dumb thinking of a dumb guy. Because if you know anything about electrocution, it doesn't make you straight. It makes you all zigzagging. Yeah, make you all like Bugs Bunny. This is what's Mike Pence gonna do next? He's gonna draw a tunnel on a wall and tell gay people to walk down. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all. I'm excited to bring this next guy to the spotlight. I guess there's no stage here. I'm excited to bring this next guy to the spotlight. He knows a lot more about politics than me, and hopefully he can say something good about this issue going on. Ladies and gentlemen, go crazy right now for Tucker Millette.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me, Jason. Thanks to the Open Studio for bringing me on in such wonderful times. Jason, in the words of Smash Mouth, my world's on fire. How about yours?
I'm in a oven right now or something.
You're in the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we all know what happened yesterday. Or actually nobody knows, really. It seems to be like at this point, like it's all so crazy. And it all seems to be becoming part of the scenes. But like I feel like in a lot of ways, like what occurred yesterday, it's sort of like we all saw it coming. You know what I mean? Like for years, Trump has talked about how he never loses. Like he's always winning. He'll win any election. And if he doesn't win, it's rigged. So like it happened in 2016 with Ted Cruz, where he said Ted Cruz rigged the Iowa caucuses. And then it happened with Hillary Clinton, where he said that people voted illegally. So that's why he lost the popular vote. And then with Biden, it was like, well, the only way I'm going to lose is if they rig it. So going into it, it was like the lies after lies after lies. And then you have these QAnon people who talk about the storm, right? Like there's going to be this day where Donald Trump is going to liberate America from the cabal of Satan worshiping Democrat pedophiles. Like they think this, and they thought that yesterday was the day. And it's one of the, like QAnon is fascinating to me because it's sort of like people who believe Harry Potter is real. You know, like imagine if someone was like, no, but I read it in a book. There are wizards and they fly around on broomsticks. You'd be like, no, okay, well, I don't know how to explain to you that that's not the thing, but they really sincerely, with their whole heart, believe that, and it's like it's just so confusing. Like there's so much that's happening. Like that is just so contradictory, you know, where like there were people at this riot yesterday at the Capitol who were like wearing Guy Fawkes masks, and it's like from the V for Vendetta, you know, the V for Vendetta masks, and it's like, have you not seen that movie? He hates tyranny. That's the whole thing, is he's fighting against tyranny. You're trying to install tyranny. So I don't know if you watched the same movie. It's just there's all these contradictions in that worldview where, like, you see people who have like thin blue line flags fighting cops, and you're like, but wait, what? I thought, you know, it's just kind of confusing. And then the other thing too about yesterday is that it didn't work, right? Like they didn't overthrow the government, right? Or did I miss that? Like I feel like the government is still the same government. I mean, and if anything, right, like what they were trying to do yesterday, is they were trying to intimidate Congress from certifying the results of the election. But then after all the shit went down and they got cleared out of the Capitol, they just made Biden president anyway. So it was like, if anything, they like worked against their own goal, right? Like they were trying to keep Trump in power, but instead what they do is they just scared the shit out of everybody and like made it so like, yeah, you know what? We were thinking we were going to do some kind of like fake, let's keep Trump the president vote. But you know what? That seems a little dangerous now. So let's maybe forget about that. Or you know what? I'm good, actually. I don't want fascism. Fascism is actually way scarier than I thought it was going to be. And then, so the other thing, here's the last thing I want to say. And I can't really hear the producers because I'm talking too loud and my volume is, I can't figure it out. But this is the last thing I'll say. It's just, I have to stop myself from thinking that they're just LARPing a revolution, right? Like I keep thinking, like I saw a lot of those pictures and like things on social media that everybody saw yesterday, where it's like the dude that's shirtless and he's got the fur hat and the horns, and like that's not a real person. That's like a cartoon character. Like I should be laughing at that person, but I also have to be scared of him because he really genuinely thinks that the Biden has like rigged the election against Trump. I don't know, man. It's just
Hey Tucker,
the world's on fire.
could you agree with this though? That maybe we could all come together after the second riot, you know, with the Black Lives Matters riot, because now we could realize that we're all equal and that having riots doesn't change anything.
Well, I think they're like I think they're different kinds of riots, you know, like some people, again, it's like some people are rioting because they're being mistreated by the police every day, and then some people are rioting because they think that Harry Potter is real and it's not, and they don't believe that it's not real. Like they refuse to accept that it's not, that Harry Potter is not real. Like they just really, really in their heart of hearts, like they've read it on Facebook so many times that Harry Potter is real, that now, and the president has fucking told them that Harry Potter is real.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like, I think people will come together. I really don't know, because like 74 million people voted for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And those people are not all out of their minds, but a good fucking percentage of them are probably, at least, like, even what I've seen just on Facebook in the last 24 hours, there are enough people that are just popping up in my they're coming through my filter bubble, and I'm still able to see their fucking bullshit comments of like, it was Antifa, and like, bro, I literally, okay, so this is the last thing I'll say, because I know I'm probably over my time.
This is the last thing you're allowed to
over to Newsmax. I have Newsmax. I just got a new TV for Christmas, and I clicked over to Newsmax just to see what they were saying as I was watching, because I was like, what the fuck? How the fuck could they be spinning this? And literally as everything is going on, the people on Newsmax are like showing video of it, and they're going, well, we don't know that these are Trump supporters, right? Like these could be any kind of demonstrators. And you're like, they're hanging the Trump banner in front of the, like, I don't know. It's just, it's like, how hard do you have to not look at it?
It was just a very clever play by Antifa, Tucker. Anyway.
I wish, bro. I wish. I don't know. I don't wish. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Antifa. I wish.
Continue talking the chat later, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for Tucker, everybody. Check him out on Instagram at that link, and then we're going to continue on with the show. Cutting now to a video from that I shot with a group called Cocaine Murder Jam. Let's cut to the video. Take it away.
Here at Operation Samurai Eagle, we've been putting together a top force of the best paramilitary professionals in the history of the world. What we're offering is the service of what the military would do, but for hire.
You name it, we can do it. Anything that the military does, we could do it even better.
We have a hacking expert, a rifle expert, we have grenade expert, and military operations manual books and survivaling.
Within the team, I have the sole obligation to go in and take any fight force that is standing in front of us. Yes, it may require my life, and I am willing to give it.
I got a guy who's a boxer.
I'm training to be the hacker in the group. I've been spending a lot of time in the computer room. I've been building the website. I'm memorizing all the hotkeys right now. So that, I guess that kind of does make me an expert as far as cyber warfare goes.
Our organization offers a lot of different services, including, but not limited to, infiltration of enemy threat zones. We also include service of professional bodyguards. You want the best bodyguard in the world, like a bodyguard who could beat the shit out of Mike Tyson. I'm talking about a person who could go against you in a knife fight and slit your throat with only his cock in his hand.
but we also have children that bodyguard the other children, and they are tactically trained. I've been doing some sparring matches with the childs that we have, jiu-jitsu, and I lost consciousness because they cut the blood off to my head in a just no holds barred backyard wrestle. They're strong. They're very strong. And if you asked me before this if I thought a child would be that strong, I would have said no. I would have thought I could beat a child in wrestling or a fist match, but you beat the shit out of me.
Training begins at the local park. At 5 in the morning, I'm awoken with just a pail of water poured over my body. Yes, ice is included in the water. We do our pull-ups on the monkey bars.
First thing I do when I wake up in the morning is about 600 to 800 push-ups. My body is a perfect specimen. I can fight and beat any of the current UFC fighters, and it's funny that they even put that show on TV because those guys are a bunch of jokes.
I do 30 push-ups. I can get up to like 50 jumping jacks before my vision gets weird, and my bones used to be very brittle, but now they're very strong, and it's because of the brotherhood we share in the freedom we extol, or we're going to extol, if somebody hires us, which is, I guess, what we're here to talk about. Please hire us.
In life, boys are not men until they have a mission. RhinoPenetrator.com is going to come in, and we're going to join foreign wars. I'm 22 years old.
I'm unmuted now. What's up, everybody? Give it up one more time for, I guess, my video, and one more time for Tucker Millette, everybody. Thank you guys for hanging out in the studio. We have an awesome show for you tonight. We have Caitlin Martin, Ryan Branch, Ross Berman, awesome performers, but we're going to get this thing started off with some stand-up. Give it up right now for the wonderful Sophia Smerendescu. Give it up for Sophia Smerendescu, everybody.
Nobody ever gets enough. It couldn't be more obvious. Can't believe it needs to be repeated, 'cause
Mamma mia, everybody! All right. Okay, guys, I'm really excited to be on this show. My Zoom background is my ex-stepdad swimming. His name's Sean. You can give him a little wave. All right, guys. The media is crazy. Not the media. The world is crazy right now. We can all agree. Am I right? I can't get anyone's reaction. I'm just assuming wild applause from you at home. I'm gonna do a little Jeff Foxworthy impression, and then we'll get it rolling. You guys ready for my Jeff Foxworthy impression? Okay. You guys, if you've ever stormed the Capitol building, you might be a redneck. So, you know, So I'm actually Canadian, and I feel like I feel like at this point, like I'm actually trying to become a U.S. citizen, but I feel like at this point, like I should be interviewing America. You know, it's getting bad out there, you guys. I'm very afraid of the coronavirus. Anybody here afraid of the coronavirus? I can't get your reactions, so I'm just gonna. This is a one-way street. This comedy is a one-way street. COVID's got me wearing a face mask, a face shield, and a butt plug. So that's what I'm doing. I love the fart noise. I think the best part of the coronavirus pandemic is that my mom isn't allowed in restaurants anymore. I think that's the best part, you know. Before you call her Karen, she's not. She's a Melania. My mom's very particular about her food. She's like a not constructive Gordon Ramsay. But I'm actually in therapy. Anybody else? I'm assuming many of you are in therapy. I'm a first generation therapy goer, you guys. I think there should be a scholarship for people who are the first person in their family to go to therapy. You know, I think it should be called the what do I need therapy for? To go and to cry if my dog dies scholarship. You know, that would be a good name. My therapist recently asked me if depression runs in my family. I was like, lady, I was born in Eastern Europe. You know, like just look at their faces. Like we don't even call it resting bitch face there. Like we call it resting turmoil face. My family is so depressed. One time my mom was sad and that was like the happiest I'd ever seen her. So, you know, I have a wonderful therapist right now, but before that I had a shit therapist, you guys. I broke up with her after 7 months. I broke up with her. Thank you. I think I heard some applause. I broke up with her and I did it in person, which like all my friends told me to just ghost her, but like I'm so anti-ghosting. I paid a copay to break up with this lady, you know. And one of the reasons I broke up with her was because she used to eat her lunch during our sessions. Like I'd be sharing my childhood trauma and she was always just like balls deep in a meatball sub, just like she was always digging in. And so yeah, I was born in Romania. I actually have one Romanian fan watching tonight. I think her name is Isadora. Shout out to Isadora. Thank you for watching. All right. Yeah, so I have one Romanian fan, and all the men in my family, they have very like ancient, powerful names. Like I have an uncle named Constantine, which is a weird name for somebody who's not a statue, you know. I also have another uncle named Vladimir, which is a weird name for somebody who's not rigging an election. So that's an old joke. I guess this election's been rigged by supposedly by Democrats. Okay. So anyway, I don't believe that. I'm joking. I'm a liberal, you guys. I just want to let you know I'm a liberal. All right. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna tell a couple more news jokes. I'm feeling hot in the news tonight. So you guys remember this summer there was a big movement to defund the police. I fully support it. I think once they rename the police the arts, they'll surely get defunded. You know. All I'm saying is I think that cops should have to fundraise for tear gas on PBS. That's all I'm trying to say. You know, instead of starving artists, they can be starving cops. You know, I'd love to see a starving cop. I have like 30 seconds left. I was going to tell one quick joke. I was just going to say Kim Jong-il, he went missing this summer. You guys remember that? For like 3 weeks, he went missing. And it was all over the media. I feel like Kim Jong-il and white women are the only missing people who get media coverage. So I was going to go more into that, but I'm out of time. So thank you.
Why you look at her? Why you look at him? I go both ways to the gym. Why you look at they? Why you look at them? I go both ways to the gym. Spending my paycheck on personal trainers.
Great job, Sophia. Great job. How
Thank
are you
you.
doing?
Thank you, One-Eyed Jason.
Hey,
I'm good. How are you?
My big one eye. Hey,
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to notice. I'm an observant gal, so.
Nice. You do observational comedy. Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to ask you.
Hey, yeah.
I forget now because you brought up my eye that I forgot was on. But I had some like really good interview stuff prepared. You just went to Vegas. Oh, I wanted to talk to you about therapy.
Okay. Let's talk about therapy.
Yeah. How are you? I'm cured. I should get you my
cured?
back.
Oh my.
Yeah. I'm basically perfect now, so it's going good.
Yeah, I'm broken. So.
All
right, that was sad.
So what's the craziest thing you ever told your therapist? I'm joking.
Oh my God. Okay, I'll tell you.
Yeah, tell me, please.
Dude, I had this thing and it was like my deepest, darkest secret. This isn't even funny, but it was my deepest, darkest secret from when I was like 5. This is fucked up. I'll tell it. But I was at recess and I held the door open for this girl and I just got lazy. I couldn't do it anymore. I don't like holding doors open for people, so I just let go. Even at 5, I don't want to do it. So I let go and it slammed into her finger and she opened the door and her finger was hanging by a little piece of skin. So that fucked me up. Honestly, I felt very guilty. I ran away. I ran into the woods. So that was the most fucked up thing I told my therapist.
Can I tell you, I have one big tear coming out of my eye right now for you. That is a sad story.
Yeah, I don't know why I told that, but you asked.
Did it affect your policy on holding doors from then on? Will you like never hold a door for anybody again, or you hold the door too long?
I'll hold it for like an hour now.
Yeah, you can't leave until everyone's out of the building.
Yeah, I have to wait like till dusk when I open a door.
I don't have my story's not. I have a story about. I told a therapist this, and it's true that for a period of time, I used to, when I would be walking down the street, when people were walking around in civilization, you'd be walking down the street and another person would pass you. I frequently would be worried that they had a rubber hand when I was, and it would give me the urge.
Wait, why were you worried?
I don't know. Like they're
but
lying.
You wouldn't shake everyone's hand, would you?
Well, I just it made me want to grab their hand to check. And I told my therapist that, and he looked like he did not give a shit at all. Like he changed the subject. I was like, this sounds like a thing I could get some feedback on, but no.
You know what? Can I tell my therapist that, and I'll see what she says? I'll pretend it's like my thing and see what she says.
I mean the thing. Oh, you know why I started thinking about it? Because I heard that secret agents have fake rubber arms, and then they have their real arm on a gun in their jacket. And then they have a fake rubber arm hanging off. So I started thinking, I don't know. Somebody said that's true in the chat. So don't.
Oh, okay.
So it's true.
I shouldn't say this, but like there's a rumor in my family that one of my uncles was a secret agent.
Yeah.
And he has very fleshy hands, so
See?
I don't know.
Yeah. Have you ever, like lit a candle near them and if they melt,
It's funny because my dad is like really, oh my God, I can't talk. Oh, I have 1 minute. I should just burn him next time I go over.
Burn your dad? Oh, your uncle?
burn my uncle.
I thought you said the thing about 1 minute. It's very hard to communicate because I can't make eye contact with myself.
I know. Yeah.
Usually I look at myself while I'm talking to people on Zoom.
You look like, yeah. And then you have your little like Shrek antennas.
Yeah. Hey,
nice.
Is it, I don't know. How do we wrap this up with something good?
I mean, you're the interviewer. What's like the gross, do you like the feeling of hand sanitizer on your hand? Would you rub it on your whole body?
No.
Oh, okay.
Would you?
Did you ask me if I would?
Yeah.
Just to see what it's like, but it's horrible.
I feel like it would burn your eyes and everything else that's, like your genitals. Your eyes and your genitals. That's what I would be worried about.
You're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right.
You ever jalapeno yourself? Like when you're cooking, you cut a jalapeno and then you go pee and you stick your fingers in your pee hole and then it burns. All right, we got to end this interview. This interview has to end now.
I'm going to end this interview on mystery and not answer that question.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, give it up one more time for Sophia. Check her out on Facebook. Are we just going straight to the next performer? Is that what I do? Oh, you went way over. We're going straight to the next performer. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the wonderful Caitlin Martin.
Hello, how may I help you? And then they scream, I'm on repeat. Pick up the phone, I say hello, how may I help you? I'm on repeat. It's the same damn thing, by the way. I keep working on the same damn thing.
politely 100. I've kept it, but how come? Chicagoland, Chicagoland, Chicagoland.
Give it up
Hey,
for Martin and our video. That was awesome, Caitlin. How are you doing tonight?
thank you. Doing okay.
Just okay? Are you concerned about politics? Everyone's talking about politics.
I mean, there's a couple things I would probably change if it were up to me.
Yeah, what would you change? Caitlin for president. Let's get the speech going. We got 4 years to prepare.
Free everything.
I'm into it.
Everyone needs to be nice to me. That's all I can think of right now.
That's pretty
Those
good.
are my priorities.
What would the punishment be for not being nice to you?
To go in a dungeon.
Go in a dungeon, chill there for a little bit, then leave?
Yeah. Oh, you can leave after a little bit, or maybe forever.
I felt the dungeon vibe from the video. Are you into that
Am I
kind of
what?
spooky horror vibe?
I
your,
love spooky horror. Love it so much.
Yeah. What's your favorite all-time horror movie?
Oh my gosh. I like a lot of stuff by Jean Rollin. I like a vampire movie.
Vampires, nice.
Yeah.
Ron Rollin.
He makes all those movies where it's just like some sad naked vampires walk around a castle.
Sounds good.
That's it. That's what they are.
I have to check him out. Is he related to Henry Rollins?
No. No.
No, that's cool. Man, I feel like this is just a normal interview. I don't know how to do it. I'm like I guess I do comedy, so I always feel pressured to do a punchline, but I like horror movies too.
Yes.
Yeah, what's next? You working on more of these cool videos?
I actually just finished up storyboards for a new project. It's about mummies, but also inspired by the time I've spent at they kind of forgot to lay me off for a little bit in an office. So I'd go into an empty office 2 times a week and do nothing.
Just to get that-
Yeah, I just got the paycheck all the time. They didn't know I was there collecting money. But just like the sounds of it and incorporating horror into that. I don't know. Most of the time I just read spooky Reddit and get myself all spooked and go downstairs and eat a salad.
That sounds nice.
It's pretty good.
What can you do with these guys? And I heard you have an Etsy shop. I was going to plug it for you because I was thinking,
I do.
in this time, you do like paintings and drawings and stuff. And in this time, everyone's not allowed to leave their house. So maybe it's a good time to buy some of Caitlin's art. Make your space that you're not allowed to leave nicer. Decorate your cage.
Or your cave.
Yeah, or your cave. That's badass. And people can find your videos on your Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, on my Instagram, it has a link to all the places where videos are and where the paintings are.
That's cool. So what's your big plan this year? It's 2021, and this is the year that everything's better already, just because everyone thought it was the year that was the problem.
I think that's it. I think it just needed to be 2021. I think all my problems are melting away. My big plan is to just continue to paint, continue to make movies, continue to never leave my apartment, I think is my goal.
That sounds badass. I got a work from home job. I'm a software developer now.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to be rich and shit. Probably going to have to leave it behind. You know, all the people I love, I have to cut them out of my life before they start asking for stuff, you know? So I've just been facing that. Maybe I'll buy some of your art since I have extra income now.
Please.
Yeah, let's plug the Etsy page. Somebody said that only we could.
It's a Etsy/shop/Cool Cat Cave Mart.
Yeah, check that out. Cool Cat Cave Mart. I'm gonna put it here. All right.
It's also my Instagram handle, so
Same thing. Well, yeah. Awesome. Everybody give it up one more time for Caitlin. Everybody clap it up for her. And Caitlin, what's a message you want to send them off into this brave new year with?
everything is bad.
Okay. Everything is bad. Give it up for Caitlin Martin. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this next guy is wonderful. He's going to do an awesome PowerPoint. Give it up right now for Ryan Brand.
Thank you, Jason. It is now deep into the COVID times. And before it, I was hosting a program called Drunk PowerPoint in Columbus, Ohio. And now we're doing an online version. And so this is an excerpt from one of my Drunk PowerPoints. Another thing that's been keeping me busy during COVID, shout out to the Taw in the chat. He is hosting a live commentary on his Super Nintendo baseball experience. He's playing Super Nintendo baseball, and I'm one of the commentators for the show, along with your cohort, Justin. And so I think it would be perfect to today present to you Baseball, a Primer. Baseball has a long and storied history, which dates back over 150 years in its recognizable form. It's a noble sport with deeply held traditions, intricate statistical analysis, and ever-present phallic symbology. For those of you who are in attendance who aren't so familiar with the sport, allow me to present a quicker version of my drunk PowerPoint, Baseball, an abbreviated primer. First thing, baseball players are pretty dumb. Let's talk about the dead ball era. Scrappy chips past infielders, tight races around the bases, and low-scoring games. People said it was an exciting game to watch, but it was not. Home runs existed in this era, but big home run hitters would slug between like 12 and low 20s in a given year. Then came Babe Ruth, who realized it might be a good idea to do the thing that scores everybody with one hit, like all the time. So he slugged 29 home runs in 1919, broke his own record in 2 years with 54, and again the year after that with 59. Other hitters who debuted in the 20s, like Mel Ott and Lou Gehrig, who was forced out of the game early by some disease whose name I can't quite remember, started following suit, and the game largely came how we knew it today. Now, nobody knows really what caused this shift. Some people say allowing the introduction of fresh baseballs kept the balls bouncy and lively. Some suspect that the composition of the balls were altered, and some geologists have actually theorized that the oxygen level in the atmosphere between 1830 and 1920 was the highest since the Carboniferous era, which was able to sustain insects and millipedes of incredible size, and the sudden drop afterward allowed balls to sail more easily out of the park. Which reminds me, home runs have tons of different names, such as the long ball, the bomb, the upper decker, the four-bagger, the dinger, the donger, the drubber, the tater, the scratch-off, the big frank, the rub-out, the Sasquatch, the red rocket, the patty popper, the dinky-doo, the downtown Julie Brown, the Dumbo drop, the magic missile, the call home to daddy, the catch 'em all time, and the Star Trek IV, the voyage home. Jose Canseco, one of the biggest beef boys of the 80s and 90s, was an intimidating power hitter, but not a lot was going on behind the plate, if you know what I mean. Let's watch as he tries to field a long fly ball, only to have it bounce off his big dumb head and out of the park for a home run. This was real. Second thing, and I'm going to rush through this one for our current presentation, baseball players hate birds. Normally I'd go into detail about how Shin-Shu Chu lined into some gulls, preventing Coco Crisp, and yes, I could have created a whole separate section of baseball players with silly names, like Raleigh Fingers, Mike Trout, Catfish Hunter, Yogi Berra, Milton Bradley, Goose Gossage, Pete Lecoq, Johnny Dickshot, and Rusty Kuntz, be careful of the pronunciation. Or how in 2001, Randy Johnson's 1 in a million ornithocide drove a symbol of peace and love straight into hell. Or I would talk about the state bird of Cleveland, the midge. But we have to go into our third thing, how covert ops are encouraged. Baseball is a game in which if you don't get caught doing something illegal, then nothing was wrong in the first place. This is a game which encourages stealing of bases and shrugs off human growth hormone usage until you start talking about tarnishing the legacies of ancient racist curmudgeons. Now, occasionally, when a player or manager gets too heated in a discussion with the umpire, that ump may eject them from the game, removing them from the field entirely. Bobby Valentine, manager of the Mets, got himself ejected from a 1999 game, but instead of perhaps just like calling on the phone to his coaches with direction, he proceeded to put on sunglasses and a fake mustache and waltz right back into the dugout. Here's a before and after for your comparison. A real super spy, a true George Lazenby. He was later fined $5,000 and given a 2-game suspension. It's also worth looking into how super slugger and general grouch Albert Bell broke a corked bat in front of umpires in 1994 and then had middling reliever Jason Grimsley mission impossible his way above the ceiling into the umpire's room to replace his broken corked bat with another player's. Now, unfortunately for these geniuses, the bat they left was stamped with another player's signature. Penalties for players and teams ultimately didn't matter as the season ended in a strike that ended the season. And as we know now, justice does not exist in this world. Last thing, baseball is super racist historically, and also still. So apologies as I near my time limit when this is definitely the most important and relevant section that I'm going to talk about. But Jackie Robinson wasn't hired by the Dodgers until nearly 100 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. African Americans and some Latin Americans were playing in separate professional baseball leagues, generally called the Negro Leagues, from 1887 until ostensibly 1951. And I grew up in Cleveland, and I loved following their team, but man, calling their team name the Indians and assuming that's some sort of tribute to a man who regularly was denigrated even in his own playing time and died in his early 40s. And notably, the owners are descendants of colonizers who make billions of dollars off the team, which has no native representation and did not consult anyone for approval, and its racist caricatures, which they still sell in the team store. Now, recently, many years too late, the team finally gave in to financial pressure to change the name, and I just happen to have the perfect rebrand. The Cleveland Owl Bears. Yes, the owl bear, deciduous forest creature of might and beauty, strength that signifies the steel-town roots of Cleveland, and the wisdom and foresight of a burgeoning medical and services field that will take our city into the future. So check out clevelandowlbears.com to learn more and bug all of your friends about it. Also, check out Drunk PowerPoint. We're holding one about every other month these days, where you can see presentations like this and presentations arguably better than this.
Wish I was a violent man, I pull it on you. Woo! You a stranger, but I don't care. Yeah. You wanna fight? Show me where. Hey, yeah. I don't mean shit to me, I promise you. Hey, fucking get this money's what I'm trying to do. Ooh, ooh, smoke, get this money's what I'm trying to do. Ooh, ooh, smoke, get this money's what I'm
What's up, Ryan?
Hey, I see you've learned a lot. Congratulations on your graduation.
Well, your PowerPoint really took me to school.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah, I
what
learned
was
a
your
lot
favorite takeaway of our lessons today, Jason?
I liked all the stuff about racism because, yeah, it's good to hear about how strong white people were in the past. They're so weak now. No, I'm kidding.
And how people like us still control everything, really.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Me and you controlling everything.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
Yeah. You get to, I mean, you kind of look like you control shit right now. That's a nice ass tie.
Thank you. I'm a control freak, and it shows.
Are you a control freak? Do you really feel that?
Only if it's things that I care about. I was a solid B+ student in school, so I did well enough. Mm-hmm. But if I'm doing a project of my own that I care about, I kind of get micromanaged. Yeah.
Okay. Are you? What do you do for a living?
For money, I make maps. I do GIS.
GIS. I don't know what that is, but hell yeah, dude. Make a
Yeah.
map.
For fun, check out these links.
Oh, nice. Check out. Are any of these to maps?
No, none of these are actually to maps, but I should make maps about them. That's a good point. The top one I talked about with Cleveland Owlbears. I want to change the team name of the Cleveland baseball team to something that's more fun. Drunk PowerPoint. The TAW hosts a regular Super Nintendo baseball broadcast where we riff on how he's playing a kind of janky 1993 baseball game.
All right.
It's fun. Check it out.
That sounds pretty cool, man. I never played baseball my whole life. Did you grow up playing baseball?
Oh no, I'm bad. The only real baseball I played was like a rec league, and I probably went to bat like 3 times, and the one time I remember, I knew I was going to get hit by the ball. I pictured it so clearly that it 100% materialized into reality.
Hell yeah, dude. I have the same story. I played baseball with a bunch of comedians. They had like a get together to play baseball, and everyone made fun of me for wearing jeans, and then I broke my finger. Kept trying to catch.
Comedians spent the whole time making fun of you? Really?
Yeah. I can't believe these comedians. They are all trying to tell jokes about me.
Strange.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah. What's your other PowerPoints about? You got a whole series of these for your show?
Yeah. This show's been going on for a few years now, so I, in specific, have quite a backlog of them. We have a couple regulars, but I've got one on animals that really shouldn't exist.
Nice.
They're just horrible animals. Why? I have a definitive ranking of the Holy Roman Emperors. That's probably my worst one. It was not good.
Yeah.
I have one that's all about scary holes.
My friend Mono has it's like a 50-slide PowerPoint about ranking the mascots of football teams by hottest.
Oh, that's a good topic. I'd watch that.
Yeah. And I have I got a good PowerPoint. It's about one time I went to Walgreens, and it was about
I'm already in.
I saw. It was pretty good.
If I could make a PowerPoint about all of my wacky and wild Walgreens prescription experiences.
What do you think is missing from PowerPoint?
Generally, the will to make it weird. You know, like, I just want to go into work and see a PowerPoint get done, and like someone to actually just kind of have fun with it.
Yeah. I always had this fantasy of being at work, and then I'm doing a PowerPoint, and then it's all of a sudden it's a bunch of pictures of dead cats in my PowerPoint.
That's going to win over a crowd. Yeah.
And, everyone's horrified and aghast, and I'm just like, oh, I can't believe it. My dog got into my PowerPoint again. That's what I would say to get out of it. I can't. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I think that generally work situations as a whole could just use more levity. Like, just don't force it, bosses. Just let people be themselves and don't punish them for it.
Hell yeah, like me, I'm showing up to work on Monday like this. Look, wow, oh, everyone's having fun now. Hey, who's the yeah. So how much TP you hoard up over quarantine? You got a good stock going?
Right before everything shut down, right before the major.
I'm the Charmin Bear, so I'm obsessed with toilet paper.
Yeah, a real Pooh Bear. I get it. Right before everything shut down, I just happened to have gotten a haircut and bought some toilet paper, so I was like good for months just by pure accident.
Congrats, dude. It's that control freakness.
Yes.
For the quarantine, you're gonna survive. You're gonna be like
control my projects, control the cleanliness of my asshole. Really, those are the only two things that count.
Yeah. You're going to be like Negan. You're going to have it's going to be the apocalypse, and you're just going to have like a bunch of bikers under you.
And a hell of a cool ascot.
Hell yeah, dude. I think you look good in an ascot.
I gotta get an ascot. Now I'm an ascot guy now. Welcome to it.
You know what I got into? I got into bolos real heavy. Bolos.
I hope he's wearing a bolo or an ascot. That'd be great.
I wear bolos at the wedding because we're up north. You'll be the only guy. You get a lot of compliments. Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Branch is awesome. Check out all his links. He's really, proud of his stuff, and we're gonna get that mascot changed. I swear. I'm
Cleveland Owlbears.
Yeah, the Cleveland Owlbears. Let's go. All right, and then we have one last performer this evening, and he plays beautiful music. I love his music, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Ross Berman.
So exquisite, or is it? Not an atom put to waste and change. Can't go back the same. Exothermic after I learn it. I want to go back. New thing I'll sing.
Everybody knows the dice are loaded. Everybody rolls with their fingers crossed. Everybody knows the war is over. Everybody knows the good guys lost. Everybody knows the fight was fixed. The poor stay poor and the rich get rich. That's how it goes. Everybody knows. Everybody knows the boat is leaking. Everybody knows the captain lied. Everybody's got this broken feeling, like their father or their dog just died. Everybody's talking to their pockets. Everybody wants a box of chocolates and a long-stemmed rose. And everybody knows. Everybody knows you love me, baby. Everybody knows you really do. Everybody knows that you've been faithful, give or take a night or two. Everybody knows you've been discreet. There were just so many people that you had to meet without your clothes. And everybody knows. And everybody knows. And everybody knows. That's how it goes. Everybody knows it's now or never. Everybody knows it's me or you. Everybody knows you live forever when you're done a line or two. Everybody knows that the deal is rotten. Old Black Joe still picking cotton for your ribbons and bows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows the plague is coming. Everybody knows it's moving fast. Everybody knows that the naked man and woman are just a shining artifact of the past. Everybody knows that the scene is dead and there's gonna be a meter on your bed that will disclose what everybody knows. Everybody knows that you're in trouble. Everybody knows what you've been through. From the bloody cross on top of Calvary to the beaches of Malibu. Everybody knows that it's coming apart. Take one last look at this sacred heart before it blows.
it up for Ross Berman, everybody. Hey, everybody knows that song was really good.
Cheers, y'all.
How's it going, Ross?
I can't complain. How about yourself?
Yeah, me neither. I can't complain either. I'm a software developer now. I'm rich.
Oh yeah, no, you're doing great. Yeah.
No. What's up with you? What's your life like, huh?
Hey, I'm living on Japanese time right now. I cover a New Japan Pro Wrestling for WrestleZone.com, as well as I co-host the podcast of the 7-time IWGP Tag Team Champion Tama Tonga over at Tama's Island, and so I've been just kind of living on Tokyo time, pretty much from January 4th through the morning of January 6th. I was just covering all of the Japanese wrestling, and then on January 6th, a bunch of shit happened, and so I haven't slept a lot, but it hasn't been boring.
Yeah. It seems like you got connections in Japan, so if shit goes south, you could just...
They just declared a state of emergency after Wrestle Kingdom. I'm fucked either way.
Oh, what happened in Japan?
The same thing that happened here, COVID.
Oh. I thought a bunch of rednecks broke into their Capitol building.
No. They're still dealing with the 2020 shit. They haven't gotten that 2021 update yet.
You know what was great is it reminded me of the time those guys in Oregon took over that Capitol building in Oregon. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. Yes, I feel like that went better.
It was.
They were there for a couple days, right? Like they were there long enough to turn on each other.
That's right. And then they asked for supplies, and somebody sent them a box of dildos.
Yes.
Which was awesome. And then some of them got shot by the police and died, which is funny because they got dildos 2 days before that. So their life is completely absurd and pointless, you know?
Hey, whose isn't these days?
Not yours. You work for New Japan. That's the coolest shit in the world.
No, I work for Tama. Tama works for New Japan. I'm a freelancer.
I love Tama Tonga. He's my favorite of the two. He'd probably be annoyed to hear that.
No, he'd love that. He would soak up the compliments.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But
cool.
You happy we got Joe Biden? You a big Joe Biden fan?
Hey, Joe Biden's got. I'm originally from the Northeast, and Joe Biden's a Northeast guy, so he's all right in my book.
Yeah, I was worried because I saw some yogurt on his ear, and I was like, oh my god, his brain's finally leaking all the way out.
Hey, it might be, it might be finally there. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very political. I just didn't know how to turn the conversation. Politics has been coming up.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's all politics all the time now. It's
And like being a folk singer, you're just naturally political.
Oh yeah,
acoustic guitar, right?
No, of course. That's the whole game is trying to figure out a way to put rhyme and reason to times that are not necessarily at a way to have rhyme and reason added to them. They're not actually begging for it these days. Let's face it. It's a lot of senselessness. It's a lot of chaos, and so that's what a good tune is there to distract you from.
I think a good tune is good, and also what could be good is if we got like a 50 caliber rifle and shot Mitch McConnell in the head. People keep getting mad at me when I say that on Zoom.
Well, it's Zoom's one of those back-ended things, so I'm just gonna sit here while you say that. I want it on record. I'm sitting here while he says that. I'm not. Yeah. Agreeing, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just sitting here. That's all I'm doing. I'm the son of two attorneys, so I'm just trying to cover all my bases.
Yeah, Wi-Fi was going crazy. Did he say that? That's nuts. Yeah, man. Can they take me seriously when I have this plant on my head?
Oh,
I'm gonna kill Mitch McConnell.
Especially with those rosy cheeks, like they're gonna. It's all. This
is what the left is now.
Oh yeah, no, this is the future.
Yeah, it's like it's an autistic polytrans person who wants to kill a senator.
There you go.
Mhm.
That's
I mean, that's 2021, baby. It's gonna be a good year, right?
I don't know. We're 7 days in, and look at it.
So far, so good. So, I don't know, Ross. Your music is awesome. I hope everyone
Thank you.
checks out Ross on Twitter.
At Ross W. Berman IV on Twitter. RossBerman.bandcamp.com. All my music's there.
Yeah, and actually pay for it, you chumps.
Yeah, or don't. It's weird these days. I didn't get my stimulus check. I'm not paying for music for a while, so I get it.
Yeah, it's tough. Ross is a man of the people, so pay him or don't. But check out his music.
Yeah, RossBerman.bandcamp.com.
In your homes, go crazy for Ross Berman one more time. Oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to the show. I want to thank all our guests one more time for Tucker Millette, Sophia Smaranduscu, Caitlin Martin, Ryan Branch, Ross Berman. I want to thank Jackie Manti for all the virtual sets, Michael Gow for that cool intro video. The show is directed by Michael J. Garrity with assistant director and Discord wizard Stephanie Duffy. Be sure to follow us on social media at Open Studio Shy. If you would like to submit to the show, share work in the gallery, or just join the community, click the link below for the Discord. I want to thank you all for coming sincerely from my heart. This is the first show I've ever hosted for them. So yeah, thanks for coming. I hope I didn't say too bad of stuff. And then you'll forgive me and be my friend, because I was smiling when I said it, so I didn't mean it. We're going to open up our Zoom call now. So if you want to hang out with us, you could join the Zoom. They're going to put the credentials in the chat. And then otherwise, we'll be back in 2 weeks. I hope you have a good night. I love you. Goodbye.
I got you on the rainy days, but the sunny ones, the funny ones, the ones that leave me right away. No point in me running away. I know from the jump I wasn't down to be apart.